Tree Country 1330 WTRE. It's 10:09, and we're joined in studio this morning by the Lilly Scholarship Finalists, which is such an exciting thing. Those were just announced recently. So we are going to get to meet everybody and learn about them. So we're going to start here. All right, you're first. You're up.
All right. I am Chloe Dick. I go to Greensburg, and my parents are Michelle Ostendorf and Sean Dick. I'm involved with a lot of school activities. And so I am a huge band kid, so I do like concert band, I have pep band, I do little jazz things here and there. I don't really do the school jazz, but sometimes I do some things with my friends. I'm in the Cincinnati Symphony Youth Orchestra outside of school, which we get to rehearse on the weekends, so it's pretty fun with that. I also have done indoor percussion in the past, but this year I can't be a part of it because of orchestra. And so whenever I'm free, I'm just going to go there and kind of help teach other students. I also do a speech team, academic team. I'm in the drama club, and I've also done musicals in the past. I'm also part of NHS. So I do a good chunk of stuff at school and outside of school.
How long have you been involved with the band stuff?
Since junior high. And with marching band, I've done that since the summer of, before my 8th grade year. And then orchestra just started this year. Indoor percussion did a little bit junior high when we had it here in the county, but then we got rid of it, and so I joined Ignite, which is outside of the county.
Okay, you've invested a lot of time into it.
Yes, I sure have.
Very good. Well, good luck with the scholarship. All right, up next.
Hi, I'm Maya Kummer. My parents are Kurt and Heather Kummer. I go to Greensburg Community High School, and I am involved in volleyball, tennis, spirit cruise, student council, and National Honor Society.
All right, how long have you been a part of your sports?
I would say since junior high. I started volleyball in 6th grade, I think, and 7th grade is whenever I picked up tennis.
And so how is balancing your sports life with your academic life?
It is definitely very challenging. I just ended my volleyball season, and I'm already starting club volleyball in Indy. So that is, it's a hard transition going from sport to sport and also doing academics.
Very good. Up next.
Hi, I'm Brinley Jameson. I am the daughter of Kelly Wampler and Jim Jameson, and I also go to Greensburg High School. I'm in a handful of school activities and community activities, National Honor Society, Student Council, SAD Club, probably so many more. I'm also part of the high school swim team, in Decatur County Tiger Sharks, and then the Mayor's Youth Council, New Directions Teen Council, and a handful of outside organizations as well.
Tell us about your outside organizations.
I believe a big fundamental of my life is community service. I love to give back, so I'm a student representation on a lot of boards that give back to the community and serve those around.
So tell us how you're able to balance both your out-of-school and in-school activities, because you're involved in several different things.
Yes, it's definitely time management and a set schedule, being very aware of what I have going on, sometimes of losing sleep, but just keeping things in my priorities in check and taking those rest times and days when needed.
All right, very good. Next.
Hi, I'm Maddie Gould. My parents are Danielle and Greg Gould, and I also go to Greensburg. I am a very musical person. I'm involved in show choir. I've been involved in school musicals and Tree County Players musicals. I'm the senior class president at Greensburg, and I do student council. I'm in National Honor Society. I'm in spirit crew, and I've been pretty involved in these for the past 4 years.
A lot of your activities require a lot of time, both in school and out of school. So
yes.
How are you able to balance that?
It takes a lot of organization skills. I think it's definitely not easy, but I think with time you get used to being involved in everything and learning when you need to get your assignments done and do all the things. So I think it's just kind of become natural for me.
All right, we've got one more finalist. She's on her way in, so we'll grab her here in just a few minutes. Let's go back and kind of talk about what initially initiated you wanting to apply for the Lilly Scholarship. It's a big deal. So we'll just keep in our same rotation. We'll start down here.
I'm gonna be really real. It's the money. College is expensive for anybody, and especially for me. with my degree that I want to go into, most schools that I can go to are private schools. So then that makes the price even higher. And so that's like the really main thing is I'm like, I can't afford college. So I've been working hard trying to do well in academically and activity wise so that way I can have opportunities for scholarships like these.
What do you want to go into when you go to college?
I want to go into music therapy.
Okay, very cool. Very unique.
Yes, that's me.
Where are some of those opportunities offered at? Which colleges?
So, like in Indiana, I'm looking at University of Indianapolis, University of Evansville, and there are a few like public institutions like IU, Indy, and I think like Purdue, Fort Wayne. But I don't love huge campuses and giant classes because I'm like I will fail if I do that. And so, yeah, I've really had to narrow down my options.
All right, very good.
What initially got me to apply for the scholarship was having the bar so high in my family because my sister was a finalist 2 years ago. So that was definitely a factor, just seeing what the process that she did and knowing that I could do it too if I went out for it. And I agree with the scholarship, being able to go to a college in Indiana for free. That is a huge deal that I think that anybody can benefit from. So I definitely wanted to at least give it a shot to do that. And also I'm going into nursing too. I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I'm hoping to work with diabetics one day. And the person or the company that really is the foundation of type 1 diabetics is Eli Lilly. So I think that having that connection to maybe one day later down the road hopefully help me in my future career. That would be awesome.
Where are you thinking about nursing school at? Have you made
IU Bloomington.
Okay, very good. So let's talk, and you can tell me that you don't want to answer. It's fine too. But let's talk about that Eli Lilly connection and type 1 diabetes for people that maybe don't understand. That's a life-saving measure for you. So kind of explain to people how that connection works for you.
So Eli Lilly is a distributor of Humalog insulin, and Humalog insulin is what everybody has. Everybody has a pancreas that holds insulin, but unfortunately for type 1 diabetics, their pancreas is no longer functioning. So whenever we need insulin, we have to go through a vial of insulin through shots that Eli Lilly is the producer of.
All right. So this is a big deal for you.
Yes,
it's very cool. All right, Brenly.
My dad is an educator, so it was brought to my attention, I think in like 6th grade, like a very young age, as he helped prep and be part of the process. And so I kind of grew up with it. My sister went out and applied, and so it's such a huge honor, and you hear about it. And so I just kind of grew up with it, and even from freshman year was kind of planning out the process and just having my eye on that goal to achieve this. And I'm honored that I'm a finalist for it.
What's the future look like for you?
I'm looking into studying international affairs and politics, so the government side of things, looking at some in-state schools that are pretty great. It's a little bit of a rare degree, so hard to find.
Very good. All right.
For me, it all started when one of my mom's best friend's daughters, actually Riley Smith, won the Lilly a few years ago now, and I heard about it through there, and I was like, that's awesome. I want to do that someday. And I mean, I'm also with Chloe here, like the money aspect of it would be so nice because college is not cheap, but I just think it would be a really neat thing to like be the representative for like our county. To be the Lilly finalist. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
What are your sights set on?
I plan on going into forensic science. Specifically, I want to major in forensic biology, and I plan on going to Ball State for that.
All right. Let's take a quick break. We come back, and we will learn more about our scholarship finalists on here on Tree Country, 1330 WTRE. Tree Country 1330 WTRE. We're back in studio with our Lilly Scholarship finalists. Great big honor, huge honor. And we have got our 5th finalist in here with us. So we're going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rory Phelps. I'm from South Decatur. My parents are Jennifer Phelps and Andrew Phelps. I applied for Lilly because I really want to go to college. I think that that's what's right for me. I found it easy for me to go through school, so I figured might as well go through some more and continue to grow my academics.
So what have you been involved in throughout high school and throughout your academic career?
I've played a couple of different sports. I tried volleyball, did cheer. They just weren't right for me, but basketball stuck. I've played since 4th grade. I actually didn't play this year so that I could keep my job, but I definitely plan on playing intramurals in college.
All right. And as you look to college, what are you thinking you want to do, and where do you want to go?
I want to major in forensic science. I've been looking at different places because it's a rare major to find. In Indiana, it's definitely very hard, but I think Butler has it, and I've been looking into that more.
All right, very good. Well, thank you guys all for being here today. Let's talk a little bit more as you have gone through high school and now into this process of getting ready for college. It takes more than just you to get you here, right? So let's kind of talk about siblings and our parents and what's home life like for everybody.
So with me, I have a little sister named Gabby, and I feel like is kind of a little bit like a mini me. And so we always do everything together. So we do all of our band stuff together. And I make her do, like, speech team with me and academic team. And so we are always together doing stuff. So definitely, like, in the future, if she wants to apply for this, I'm definitely probably going to have to help her with that because, that's what sisters do. And then with my parents are divorced. And so with my mom, we live here in Greensburg. And she has been so helpful for me, but also the biggest pain with this process.
I love the honesty.
Yes, I love her, and she's helped me at the same time. It also stresses me out, as again, that's what mothers do. And
they'll do it for the rest of your life, so just be prepared.
And then with my dad, and then I have a stepmom, and so those two have definitely tried to help me out. Like my dad, especially like with this process, he actually connected me with someone who won the Lilly like 20 years ago for his county. And he just kind of talked me through, I don't know, just like helpful points and was like, you don't have to be nervous, be you. And so like I'm glad my dad helped me like find those connections, and he sent me like who knows how many videos, probably like 40 videos. I was like, how to speak in public, how to do interviews. Did I watch all of them? No. But at least he tried.
You had the support, though.
Yes. And, like, my stepmom, she was very helpful, too. She helped me with, like, my presentation and interview skills. And then, like, just, like, at home overall, we do lots of family events, especially with my dad. We always have different activities. Like, tonight we're going to, like, my stepmom, her sister-in-law, she's doing like this party thing, and so we're going to that. And so we always just have different family events. And for me, like, I do work a job. I work at Walmart. If you ever see me there, say hi. I promise I'm nice. And so I work there not often because I'm super busy, but I try to be there as much as I can. So I work there on weekends, mostly on Sundays. But I do have like orchestra rehearsals in Cincinnati that I go to right after work, so not a lot of free time there. So
keep a very busy life.
Yes, no free time.
Very good.
I am very family oriented, so a lot of the things that I do, I involve my family in. I have 3 siblings. I'm the youngest, and I have a sister who goes to IU Bloomington now, and she's a sophomore there. I have an older brother that's a senior in college playing basketball near Notre Dame, and then I have a brother that graduated a few years ago playing basketball at Bellarmine. So sports are definitely involved in our family, so hobbies outside of hanging out as a family usually include something like pickleball or swimming. We have a pool at our house, so we usually like to hang out outside. We don't love the inside all the time. time, we really like, my mom's from Florida, so she loves all the sunshine she can get in Indiana. So we usually hang out outside, and also horseback riding. Our family has horses, so that's a big thing that we do, and we have a tradition every year. So outside of that, then we usually spend time doing those things. And I also love reading, so my mom and sister and I are all reading a book right now that turned into a TV show. So outside of doing things, whenever we find time, we'll try and read. My sister's currently gatekeeping a book from me, and it's all the way an hour and a half. So I'm telling her, you have to bring it home Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And finally find time to be able to read it, and I know she's not reading it. But then my parents, they, throughout this whole process, I think that they probably have my presentation memorized because of how much they had to listen. They would be sitting on the couch, and my dog, I think he even got the routine down too. I have a dog named Bo, and he literally would sit by my mom's feet right in front of my presentation board, and it was like he knew what was going on. And so they would listen to every single thing that I had to say, try to help me every single day. And whenever it came to the interviews, I think I was getting frustrated the night before. My mom definitely saw that. So we went to Walmart, and we picked out a new curling iron because mine had just broke. So, of course, the day before. So then I think that she definitely helped with just trying to ease my
give you a
nerves.
mental break.
Yes, exactly. So they were a huge part.
Very good. Friendly?
I have an amazing support team at home. I have an older sister named Allie. She's been so helpful and just helping me prepare and doing girls' nights so I'm not overstressing. And then my parents, wow, they've been so supportive, but sometimes stressing me out when they come in my room at 10 o'clock and are like, are you prepared? Are you to this? As I have morning practice next morning, but that's okay. They were there for the long ride and listened to my presentation and all the ideas and last minute things. So I'm forever grateful for their support through this, but just life in general. They're always there for the good talks, for the hard ones. And so some of our hobbies, I love to bake. It's probably become my livelihood by now. Me and my mom own a food truck together, and we just get to travel around Decatur County doing that, and that's created a special bond between us. And then my dad's a huge history buff, and so we get into some talks about that, sharing an interest going forward. So they've definitely been my rock and support, and then as well as community members, I couldn't do this without them. Any of my service or any of my projects or I've had a lot of helpful mentors. My boss, Nate Harder, huge shout out to him. He won the Lilly, and he was so helpful in just calming me down the day before, along with so many other people. And I'm grateful for their support and their prayers and just always being there in life.
Very good.
My situation is a little bit unique. Actually, I was adopted when I was 4, and I can for sure say that I wouldn't be here without the help and support of my parents throughout not only the Lilly but my entire life. And they've really just pushed me from day one to be the person that I am today. And I mean, throughout this entire process, I'm a very independent person, and I know that drives them nuts. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But I mean, they had enough trust in me, like they knew that I knew what I was doing. I've done a lot of public speaking stuff in the past, and it's always kind of been like, you don't get to hear it, this is me. But other than that, I have 3 siblings. My older brother graduated from North Decatur in 2024. Yeah. And then I have a younger brother who is a sophomore at Greensburg and a younger sister who is an 8th grader at St. Mary's. And so, you know, we're all pretty involved in stuff. So as we grow older, it's harder to get together as a family, especially me. Now I have 3 jobs. So, but when we do get together as a family, it's always a great time, and it's really nice. And I know that I have that support system behind me.
I want to piggyback onto you talking about being adopted up
Yeah.
What an opportunity, though, that you would have never been presented.
I know.
So, like, that, very cool.
Yeah,
That has to mean a little something extra to you, I think.
Oh, it does. I'm beyond grateful to be where I am today.
Very good.
I also have 3 siblings. I am the second. Us older 3 were born really close together. It was 07, 08, 09. So we're all really close in age, and I think that's definitely been like really impactful for me, just having like siblings so close. It's caused a lot of cons as well, but I think the pros heavily outweighed that. But they aren't really as academically driven. Like they don't care as much. My parents don't put a lot of pressure on me at all. Like all my friends and my peers are always like, oh, my parents, yeah, they're yelling at me because I have a B plus now and this and that. And like my mom's never checked my grades. Like I don't have that pressure on me, which I'm partially thankful for. But at the same time, sometimes like when I hear other people, I'm like, oh man, like I wish my parents like, put that pressure on me. But still, I've still gotten. I think I've pushed myself to where I am, and I'm proud of myself for that. My parents are divorced, and yeah, my dad doesn't check in on my grades either. So at least I don't have that pressure. But I definitely feel like we're really close. Either way, we're always playing games. We were just playing games the other night and making jokes, and it's just a fun time when my family gets together, and they do support me a lot. When they called me and told me that I was a finalist, my mom like started crying, and I was like, because we were like on the phone with the principal and the guidance counselor, and my mom's sitting there like, yeah, and like she's like getting all choked up. I'm like, Mom, like get it together, cry later, they're on the phone. But yeah, she's beyond proud of me, and I feel really grateful that I have that support system, but not in a way that they're pressuring me to a point where I feel like I don't feel like a failure. I know that no matter what, if I wasn't where I was, they'd love me either way. They don't put that pressure on me, but they're like endlessly proud of where I am, and my siblings are too. They've expressed like how beyond proud they are of me. So I think that support system I have is like, it's unique, and I think that other support systems are equally as great, but I'm really grateful for the one I've been put in.
Very good. How many total applicants do we have for the Lilly Scholarship this year? 60. Okay, so you're the 5 finalists out of 60, which is an amazing feat for all of you guys. Tell me what that means, and we'll just start back here again. But tell me what that means, because to be top 5 out of 60 is huge. This is a huge scholarship. So what's it mean to you to be sitting in these shoes right now?
Honestly, it's just mind-blowing. I feel like I've always definitely just like pushed to be, if not the top, or like some of the top, and just always strive to do as well as I can in everything. And so when I saw that there was like 60 kids doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way. I'm going to do this and they're just going to throw it away. Like, I was scared, honestly, but then I was like, Chloe, what are you thinking? You've worked hard, you're smart, you've put in the work. Like, don't think that way, you're fine. And it's just wild to me, honestly, that out of everybody that's applied, we're the 5 sitting here. It's honestly, I'm grateful for that.
What was your reaction? Where were you at, and what was your reaction when you found out?
So I was in band. We were rehearsing for a concert that night, and all of a sudden Miss Tebby comes to the auditorium and is like, I need Chloe. And Peterson's like, okay. And so I was like, oh no, what's going on? What happened? I was freaking out. I was like, what did I do? And so then like she took me to her office and she sat me down, and then I had to I was like, oh wait, is this what I think it is? Because like I kind of knew she was a part of that process with Lilly, so I was like, what is she about to tell me? Is she telling me that I did terrible, or like what's going on? And so like she sat me down and she's like, guess what, girl? You're a finalist. And I was ecstatic. And so then we called my mom, and she like cried on the phone, and it was this whole great thing.
Good. Very good.
I don't know exactly the right word to even express how grateful I am to be here, but I would almost say remarkable, because when I wrote it, I reread it after I left the room, just kind of still stressing about if I should have changed my prompt or not. And I was just thinking...
Nothing like second guessing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I was definitely second guessing, and as I was reading it, I was just kind of thinking in my head, like, I feel like that this is a good topic. I don't think I could have gone another route. But at the same time, I thought, but I don't think I'm the best writer. So I don't think that this will get picked out of a stack of all of these people. So I never would have imagined, even whenever I got told I was a finalist, I don't think it even comprehended in my head that she actually just said that. I went straight to my mom. She works at the high school for a child development teacher, and I went straight to her and told her. And almost like Rory's mom, she immediately was she came in full-blown hug, almost started crying, but she was at school, and I was like, it's okay, we can do it later. And, like, I understand that you're proud. But at the same time, I was really working for this one goal. Like, I had my entire, like Brenly was saying, like, I had known about it for a long time, just hearing, like, the people that were finalists. And going through my sister's process, like, seeing everything that she went through, I knew I could do that. And I just thought I really want the opportunity to do it.
Very good.
I'd have to agree with Maya. I think there's no words to describe. So grateful for this opportunity and everyone along the way, even if it wasn't specifically for this, but the year's continuous. I also, like Maya, as soon as we left the room, I reread my essay and I was like, I think that's what I'm going to have to be most confident in. I also am not the best writer, so I was a little scared with stuff like that, but I was feeling comfortable and I just had to be confident. Going to that writing room that morning, I knew to myself, there's no time to stress. I put the work in. I'm confident in myself. And this is just a time to express who I am. And changing that mindset after having a talk with my mom the night before going into it was huge, because before I was stressing and all this thing. And it came to the point that just to be confident and God's going to take me where God's going to take me. And that's what really helped me going into that writing process. And even after that, going into the interview, is just deep breaths and confidence. But I am so thankful for this endowment and the opportunity they give to students all over the state of Indiana, because it's huge and such an honor to be one of the 5 here.
Where were you at when you found out?
Oh, boy. I leave school every other day. I do work-based learning. So I was getting lunch, and I got a random call, and I, like, never answer those calls, so I'm really glad I did. I think that's God just telling me, and I picked it up, and it's like, Mrs. Tebby was like, it's Mrs. Tebby, I need you to come back to school, and, like, I'm like a worrywart, so I was like, what did I do? Nothing. And so I, like, called my mom, and I'm like, I need to go back to school, like, something's going on, and my mom was like, okay, like, just go back. And so, like, I was stressing, I was sitting there. I think she made me, like, sit in the counseling office for, like, 5 minutes twiddling my thumbs. And so then she, like, walked in, and I remember it was Tebby and Mrs. McCammett, and Tebby's, like, jumping up and, like, she tries to be very serious, and she's, like, jumping up and yelling and stuff and telling me, and, like, just, like, I couldn't even comprehend because I was so stressed out. And just thankful, and, like, there's no words to say. And then I got to call my dad because he was at work, and share that with him, because that's been, I think, it's been a big goal for him too, as along the process. And then I got to go see my mom and tell her, and she was just as excited. So they were both really proud and excited for the moment.
Very good.
I mean, I know, like, everyone has said this, but there really aren't any words. Like, there's not a word to describe how I feel about it. Like, I don't think it still has hit me fully that, like, this is, like, a real thing. Because, like, I mean, when you start your life out the way that I did, I mean, it was rough the first 4 years of my life. You don't get to the point where you are. And somehow I have. And just knowing that I've pushed myself, and, like, my parents have pushed me to be the person that I am. Like, I am so grateful to be a finalist. Like, there really aren't words. And I mean, like, when I found out, I was just in my biomed class, got called down to the counseling office. I was like, what on earth did I do? The Lilly hadn't crossed my mind. Like, I walked into Tebby's office and I was like, all right, here we go. And it was like, you're a Lilly finalist. And I was like, no, there's no way. So I called my mom. My mom was obviously very happy for me. And, you know, they say you're not supposed to tell anyone, but I told my best friend. And so we were just kind of freaking out about it. And, I mean, yeah, there's really not, like, I can't put it into words how grateful I am to even be sitting here right now.
Very good.
I definitely am on a similar boat, except, like, I genuinely thought there was absolutely no chance I was going to be a finalist. Like, afterwards, I read some of my friends' essays, and they were, like, really good, and I like, completely threw out the idea of me even, like, I wasn't, like, waiting for the call. I wasn't, like, waiting to find out. I was just like, oh, well, darn, I guess there's other scholarships, you know? And then I'd left school because I get to leave after I come back from C4, and I was home, and me and my mom were like leaving in a rush because we were about to come into Greensburg so I could get my nose pierced. And we were like running out the door, and she like is like, oh, she's right here, and she hands me the phone, and it's the school, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then they're like, all right, Rory, well, you're a Lilly finalist. And my mom's like standing there like staring at me like about to cry. And I'm like, what? And like I didn't even believe, like I don't even think I fully reacted like until a few hours later, because I was just like this has to be a prank or something, like this isn't real. Like I literally read my friend's essays, mine was horrible, which apparently it wasn't, but I really didn't have any faith in myself for this. So it's just like it's been such a like surreal experience, just each and every like little reminder or thing that we've been involved in. It's just like another shockwave on me that I'm even a finalist. I think it's crazy. And then also it was really hard to keep it a secret, because like one of my friends, he really thought that it was going to be him, and he was like, oh, I already know what my speech is going to be about. And I'm sitting there like knowing that it wasn't him, and it was so hard because I like felt so bad. I felt like I feel like it made me feel guilty, because especially because nobody else at my school like got it.
Sure.
So it made me feel like guilty that I was the one, which I shouldn't feel, but it was definitely hard to keep secret for so long.
You guys have all worked very hard to get to this point, and obviously involved in so many different things, but you now have to wait until almost Christmas, right, to find out. So we've got 4 or 5 weeks left that you have to wait. Mm-hmm. So what's that look like for you guys? What's this waiting period going to be like?
Honestly, for me, it's just continuing with school and more college stuff. So like with some of the other universities like I've applied to, they've actually offered me like full tuition things that I can interview for. So like I think next week I'm going to Evansville Friday night to go interview for a full ride through them. I think like UND, I applied for one. They haven't gotten back to me yet, but that's a possibility. Like pretty much just continuing college stuff, working on college audition stuff, because I'm going to music, so I have to audition. So that's even a longer process for me. Like I have to wait until like February or March to decide where I'm gonna go because of auditions, and so I have to work on those pieces that I have to perform. So
just keep going, right?
Yep.
All right.
I am also trying my best to stay busy, because
I would go crazy.
Oh my God.
I would just go crazy.
The day after, I think I literally dreamt that I was having my Lilly speech. This was the night before I actually said it, and that's whenever I knew that there was a sign that I probably needed to take a step back from it. And then after the interview, I was up literally like the entire next morning. I was just thinking, why in the world would I not say this answer? Because I was just saying why I should have said this, not this, And so that I think was a very hard thing to get past. But my English teacher actually just sent me something, because she knew that I was struggling with it. She actually sent me something that a tennis player, so something I could relate to a little bit more, and how he got past saying that almost like every point you have to look past what point you miss, because there's another one next. And I think that stuff like that really gets you through this process, because while you're waiting, you can contradict everything you did, and then whenever you get to the final result, you can even still do it. So I think just knowing that you made it here, and saying that I've heard multiple say you have already won. Just being a finalist, you're already winning something. And I think that is really important to get to the next final decision, is just knowing that no matter what, you went through all of this hard work and you deserve everything that you got.
You've made it.
Yes.
Good.
Well, mine were a lot like, because I would say the same thing. I spent the whole next day like just questioning everything I just did, and it took a lot of deep reflection into just letting that settle and just keep going on with life. There's a lot to look forward to, a lot of new opportunities, a lot of things to be grateful for, and like we've already emphasized, this is a huge honor in itself, to represent our county. And so that's a win within it, and we just wait. And I know that any 5 of us are deserving, and I'll be so grateful for whatever the outcome is, because one of these other lovely ladies get to do something great with it too.
Very good.
I think, especially for me, it's very easy to overthink like anything. Like even once I wrote my essay, I was like, I had spelling and grammar mistakes. There's no way I'll be a finalist. And I kind of did the same thing with my presentation interview. But it kind of gets to the point where you realize, like, there's nothing else you can do about it now. Like, it sucks to wait it out, but at the same time, it's like, it's over. All you have to do is wait, and definitely helps to keep busy, and while it's like pretty overwhelming sometimes, it's nice because then you don't have to think about it. But like Brenly said, no matter who gets it, I think every single person sitting here is so deserving, and I'm happy no matter what the outcome is. So yeah.
Very good.
I definitely relate to the like overthinking and questioning like my answers and stuff. I definitely did that a lot that night, and I always try to have that mindset of like I can literally only do things to the best of my ability. Like if I did it to the best of my ability and that wasn't good enough, then there's nothing else I can do about that. So that's what I just reminded myself, and I was like, you know what? Because especially like they've said, like after talking to these other 4 girls, they are on such like good paths and they're so passionate about where they're going. Like I'm surprised that I'm even here, let alone if I were to be the one to win overall. Like I would be equally as happy for anybody else to win than I would for me, because I just think that it's such an amazing thing just for people to be able to get that financial help in the first place. So for me, it's not like a sitting around and waiting. I'm just like, all right, well, guess December comes around and we'll see what happens. But I'm just grateful to even be where I am right now. So it's not like a super crazy waiting period for me personally, but I feel bad for you guys who are like really nervous biting your nails.
Well, ladies, you have absolutely earned your way here. We're excited to see who's going to be the top one, but everybody comes away with some scholarship money out of this. Do you want to break that down for us a little bit as far as how that comes out?
Absolutely. Of course, the Lilly winner wins the full tuition at any public or private school just within Indiana. That's the only stipulation, is they do have to go to school in Indiana. But the 4 finalists, they've done just as much work as what the winner has been doing. So our foundation will be giving each of them a $5,000 scholarship. And then Linda Smith, in honor of her husband, Bill. Bill Smith was very much involved in setting up the Lilly process, the Lilly scholarship process, as far as how we were going to select our winner, what the process was going to look like. It was very near and dear to his heart, and he has passed away. But Linda was so impressed. For many, many years, she and Bill were both judges of the finalists, and so she came in, and last year was the first year that she added some extra money. This year she came in and said that she wanted to donate an additional $2,000 to each of the finalists. So each finalist will be receiving $7,000 to go towards the school of their choice, as long as it has to be within Indiana.
Very good. Well, ladies, great job. We'll be waiting to find out. It is a little nerve-wracking, but we'll be waiting towards the end of December. Yes,
the process was backed up a little bit this year for some reason, and so the deadlines and everything, typically it's the second week in December. This year it looks like it's going to be just right before Christmas break. I'm hoping maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see. So honestly, I'm just as anxious as the rest of them. This is my favorite time of year. And I know that several of these girls have mentioned that they're second guessing their answers. And I can tell you, I was in the room with everyone as they were scoring and judging them, and they were so blown away. I mean, blown away isn't even big enough words. I mean, they were so super impressed this year with all 5 of you. Presentations, interviews alike. So one even mentioned, I can't even say who my top 3 are this year. This is just so hard. Sometimes in their mind, there may be a favorite 1 or 2, but they said all 5 of them were so equally impressive that they couldn't even do that. And I don't know that I've ever heard that from them before. So yeah, I mean, every year the 5 finalists are amazing, but this year we have an exceptional group of young ladies, so you should all be extremely proud of yourselves. Stop second guessing yourselves, because I can tell you, if you thought there was an error or a mistake or you should have said something differently, they certainly did not pick up on it, because they were saying this, amongst themselves to me, and they did not have to say those words. So they truly were very impressed. So congratulations for making it this far. I'm proud of you. You should be super proud of yourself. Hopefully, we'll get that answer back soon. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be towards the end of December this year.
All right. Well, ladies, good luck. We'll look forward to hearing that. Enjoy the rest of your senior year because it's going to fly by in no time at all. So congratulations once again. And we'll be standing by in December waiting to hear who the finalist is going to be. It's 10:49 here on Tree Country 1330.